What's going on, guys? It's CryptoDave here at Top Tier Signals, and in this new weekly series, I'm going to walk you through my favorite trade setups of the week. We're going to do this every single Monday, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel, tick the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these updates, and let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. All right, so let's go ahead and start on Bitcoin USD on the 4-hour time frame, and I want you guys to notice this level here around $63,700. This has been a key level of support, resistance, support, and now potentially acting as newfound support as we've once again broken beyond the level after about a 2-week trading range where we ranged anywhere from about 61.8K all the way down as low as $57.6 thousand. So we've had a nice consolidation since our initial low. We've broken even higher. We're trading above this level here around $63.7 thousand, and we could be looking at one of two things. This is either going to result in a bull trap, where you have liquidated the short sellers looking to short the level and then trapping the late longs and the FOMO buyers, or we're going to get a hook and go formation in which we break through a level, briefly back test it, and then continue on higher. And so if this were to be the case, you're going to want to long this current retest with a tight stop loss, and you can target really anywhere within these two levels between $63.7 thousand all the way as high as $70,000, depending how aggressive you want to be. Now, for me personally, I think a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio is fine, so you could look to enter this trade and then hopefully exit with some nice profits around $66,000. Now, if Bitcoin is unable to hold the $63.7 thousand level, we would be looking to bid the $61.7 thousand level. This was our recent range high before we broke out, so if we were to deviate back into a previous range, we would probably test the highs first. You could catch a quick scalp there, placing your bids at the range high with a tight stop loss, and you would want to target no higher than the $63.7 thousand range for a quick rebound trade. Now, as we all know, the direction of Bitcoin is ultimately going to influence how altcoins perform, and we can see this very clearly with Ethereum. Bitcoin has broken beyond a level of resistance and is currently looking to backtest it, potentially find new support before moving higher. But if we look at Ethereum, for example, we have actually cracked a tough level of resistance that was previously acting as support, and we have not been able to trade above it. So we're seeing a little bit more strength with Bitcoin than we are with certain alts like Ethereum. And if Bitcoin were to deviate back below 63.7K, I would certainly expect altcoins like Ethereum to roll over. And if we look down to the 4-hour chart for Ethereum, we can see this weakness pretty well. We had a very nice rally up to this range that previously acted as support. It is now clearly acting as a point of resistance. Now, Ethereum doesn't look too strong here, but I would not be wanting to chase the short setup. You've ultimately missed it if you did not short the level of resistance here around $2,800. So at this point, you're just chasing a trade that's already taken place. You could very easily get chopped out, especially if you're using high leverage. So I think a better idea would be to identify this $2,500 level for Ethereum. It's acted as resistance and support several different times here in just the past few weeks. And if we do see price continue to roll over, this would be a level that I'd be very interested to place a bid, a nice comfortable stop loss here. And you'd probably want to target sort of the middle of this range between 2,500 and 2,800. You don't want to be too aggressive, but you do want to be able to capture that relief bounce if we do deviate back down to this level. Inversely, you could also play it to the short side. If this level doesn't hold upon a retest and we see price break below $2,500, we could look to short it on the rebound and the retest of a support level now acting as resistance. So just to reiterate, we can go long here at this $2,500 level. We can play the probabilities that it's going to act as support with a nice stop loss and a pretty modest target to get some good profits. However, if that level does not hold and we do get a retest after breaking below, I would definitely look to go short and target somewhere around this $2,300 level. You could go as low as $2,100, but you're getting kind of aggressive in that sense. So you might just want to go as low as 2,300. You've already got a 4.5 risk to reward ratio. So there's a couple different setups we can look at for ETH, assuming that the weakness continues, assuming Bitcoin cannot surge higher and reverse the course for altcoins. Moving over to Solana on the daily time frame, we can see that for the past 5 months, we have been ranging, chopping up and down. There's really not a whole lot of directional bias here when we're looking at Solana. But one thing that we do have is a nice cross above this 21 and 50 EMA cloud. We could look to play the retest here as price sort of trickles back down to that cloud with a nice tight stop loss. And you would want to target somewhere around these range highs around $185. Now this is going to assume that Bitcoin can also do a hook and go formation like we talked about previously, and if it doesn't, we are going to be looking to long this $115 level. Roughly speaking, this has been our range low every single time it's previously acted as resistance, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major retests of this level acting as support with some nice buying pressure each time. So this could be a very easy level to play on the long side, but you're going to have to be patient and wait for Solana to roll over, assuming that Bitcoin cannot continue this bullish follow through, assuming that Solana rolls over as well. Also taking a look at LINKUSD on the daily time frame, we have a similar setup to what we have on Ethereum, a long-standing level of support dating all the way back to November of 2023. This $12.9 level has been a key level of support several different times over the past almost year. You're looking at around 9 months of price action where this level has been a key level of support. We lost it less than a month ago, and now we have actually back tested it and seen it act as resistance with a clear rejection from the level. So there's a lot of weakness here when we're looking at Chainlink. And if we break this down to the 4-hour level, we can see essentially a double top formation with a slightly higher high here in this most recent candle. We are unable to get back above such a key level that acted as support in the past. It is now clear that this level is going to serve as at least some temporary resistance as the market continues to consolidate, as we flush out these weak hands, and as we ultimately have entered a reaccumulation period for altcoins. So what I would be looking to do here as a trader is at this $10.74 level, I would be looking to play the retest of what has acted as resistance in the past. In recent history, we would look to play this retest as support, again with a comfortable stop loss to keep you protected, and you would only look to trade this up to around that $11.50 level. There's really no reason to try to swing it all the way back up to resistance. Usually you get some sort of relief rally that doesn't result in an equal or a higher high, so you're looking to play that lower high formation here on Link. You're going to want to go long at $10.7, and you're going to want to target somewhere around 11 or $11.50 for Chainlink. I think, in my opinion, this is probably my favorite trade setup so far, and you can kind of do a revenge trade here if you get a retest of this $9.93 range. If we don't see this hold, I would simply look to play the same type of strategy here on Chainlink if we go down even lower. But again, I just don't see the strength here. This is such a significant level of previous support. It's now acting as resistance, and there's really no clear level to go long at until you get to that $10.75 territory. So I would look to trade this level. I would also look to trade the $9.93 level. And as long as one of those trades hits, you're going to come out with a nice net profit. Just make sure you're responsible with your leverage, because you don't want to get stopped out before the market moves in your direction. So moving over to one of my other favorite trade setups of the week, we have Optimism USD here on the daily time frame. We have a multi-month descending wedge, which is generally seen as a bullish reversal pattern. We had a clear top back in March of 2024. We came down very aggressively and we started this bleed out formation. So it's very clear that sellers are likely exhausted here. We have just broken this upper trend line to the upside. And what we can do here is we can play the retest of this structure at this $1.45 level. We would look to go long here once again with a tight, comfortable stop loss, and we would be looking to trade this as high as $1.96 for Optimism. This is a clear level of support that we've seen in the past. We've seen it several different times. We saw it break through. We saw it act as resistance. It's a very easy level to target. I would be looking to take this trade setup. If it goes south, there's really not another revenge trade to try to make those profits back. So I would simply look to trade this level, and whatever happens, happens. You have the proper risk reward setup. As long as you're right with your risk management and the amount of capital that you're deploying and the leverage that you use, this should be a pretty high probability setup. And we're getting some of the same things on other layer 2s like Matic or Arbitrum, for example. But Optimism here, in my opinion, has the most clear technical structure, and I think is the easiest of all the layer 2s to trade here this week. Finally, we've seen a great recovery from some of our AI leaders such as Render. We were down in this trading range with a ceiling of $5.26 and a floor as low as $3.30, and we have since broken beyond very strongly, and we would want to play the retest of the level of resistance that we just broke out of. So this $5.26 level looks like a ripe spot to place a nice, comfortable, well-managed long. again with a tight stop, and you're going to want to target the $7.15 range as the most immediate level of resistance for you. So I like this long setup here. If we do not get this long setup playing out in our favor, we could also look to play the complete rollover to our previous range low down around $3.30. And if you want to, you could also play this level here, $4.40, but I would much rather play a significant range high or range low if I'm trying to go long here on optimism. And if we do continue to shoot up to this $7.19 level, that could be a good spot to go short. But once again, we are looking to retest this $5.30 level. We're going to want to do it with a tight stop. We're going to target this $7.15 range for render. And if we do see price roll over back into our range, we would probably wait for price to bleed out, get to those range lows where everybody is crushed, where the hands are capitulating, and you have a nice discount opportunity around $3.30. I would look to trade this level with a lot of size and less leverage so you could swing it for more potential. Well, guys, that's going to do it for my favorite trade setups of the week this week. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and tick that little bell. We're going to do this every single week, so you don't want to miss out. Let me know in the comments what you think of these setups. Are there any coins that you're watching specifically? Let me know how your trading journey is going. And if you want to learn how to become a better trader, you can join our premium Discord right now, where you're going to have access to over 20 analysts between crypto, stocks, and Forex that can help you maximize your profit potential as you learn how to become a better trader. And until the next video, guys, I'll catch you in the Discord. Peace.